The government employees' retirement system in the USVI was declared saved earlier this year with a territorial debt resecuritization plan that is expected to direct almost $4 billion over 30 years to the program. However, a decrease in rum cover-over funds remitted to the territory has raised concerns among some. Rum cover-over funds are taxes collected by the U.S. Treasury on behalf of the VI government on rum made in the USVI and sold on the mainland. The money is provided annually and used for a number of obligations, including some of the USVI's covenants with bondholders. In late August, the U.S. Department of Interior announced $226.1 million in rum cover-over funds to the territory, representing 2023 estimated payments. The sum is tens of millions less than the $273 million received in September 2020 as estimated payment for 2021. That's because the rum cover-over tax is now being assessed at the statutory rate of $10.50 per proof gallon of rum instead of the $13.25 per gallon figure that has been used for the past 5 years. Puerto Rico and the USVI have historically been provided with tax extenders that carry the tax rate to $13.25. Following Hurricanes Irma and Maria in 2017, the islands received a 5-year extender that expired in December 2021, and thus for this year's remittance, the Department of Interior in its recently reverted to calculating the tax rate at the base level of $10.50. After this year's payment, Senator Kurt Viale expressed concerns that the special purpose vehicle that was created to resecuritize the territory's debt was authorized by the legislature to issue bonds based on rum tax revenues calculated at the higher rate. As a result of the difference in calculations, there was a shortfall of just over $59 million in funds earmarked for GERS. When Senator Viale's concerns were articulated in August, Congresswoman Stacey Plaskett said that she, along with her colleague from Puerto Rico, Delegate Jennifer Gonzalez Colon, would seek another extender until the House could pass their jointly sponsored legislation to make the higher rate permanent into law. At the time, Plaskett seemed confident that the tax extender would be approved by year's end and the current shortfall would be provided retroactively to the territory. This, however, has not happened. The omnibus spending bill passed by the Senate on Friday morning and headed to the House does not include the increase, temporary or otherwise. Now, Delegate Plaskett says local governments should have done their calculations based on the lower rate of $10.50. Quote, due to ongoing negotiations in Congress, there were no tax provisions, not even disaster tax, in the year-end federal government funding bill, Plaskett said in a statement. Quote, because all tax extenders have been a contentious issue used for negotiation in both parties and the cover-over cliff was pending, our office had taken the position that it would be prudent to use the lower rate of cover-over for any estimation of use or budgeting purpose. The Congresswoman is still optimistic, however, that an increase is on the cards, despite tax benefits and relief programs being caught in a partisan fight. Quote, Democrats in Congress have been fighting for tax benefits for families, like improvements to the child tax credit, which put money in the pockets of parents for children last year in exchange for tax benefits for businesses, but Republicans have not agreed. Consequently, all negotiations for tax provisions are at a standstill, Plaskett says. Nevertheless, the Congresswoman says she will continue the fight. Quote, we have been in this position before and eventually received the higher amount retroactive to the cliff. We will continue to work with the governor and others to secure the higher amount, Congresswoman Plaskett declared.